because I haven't tortured you enough with clips from Nicole Wallace and Rachel Maddow, I decided I saw it, and so you had to as well. The following clip from Sex and the City, their latest sequel. I don't know.
I know
lost
what
track.
This is. Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Jashinsky, but it's happening. It's happening.
Oh, no.
For the listening audience, we are about to see Miranda, the character played by Cynthia Nixon, who is so annoying, in bed with a virgin nun played by Rosie O'Donnell. I just threw up a little in my mouth. Go ahead, roll it.
You are amazing. Oh, I have never experienced anything like that.
Oh,
Ew.
This is a nice way to wake up.
Oh, you are really, really something.
And?
Oh my God, yes. It felt so, I don't know, electric, and yet still so natural. I never dreamed my first time could be both those things.
First time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I'm so grossed out, Emily. You have to talk. I can't.
You're grossed out, but you're not sorry. You're just forced us.
Why should I be the only one who suffers? You all have to suffer. We're in it together.
I guess I saw it trending and I was like, oh, I can't click on this. I can't. And you know what? Actually, though, I think by watching it, it's just such an example of how bad the writing is on that show. Like the writing on some of these shows, it's like they put it into like progressive chat GPT and come up with just like the worst dialogue. It's so bad.
That's possible.
Which would actually be, if Cynthia Nixon is reading AI generated words, that really betrays her progressive principles, I have to say, as an advocate for the downtrodden.
You know what else betrays them? Not disclosing when you're in bed with somebody that you have herpes. It's important to disclose before you have sexual interludes that you have the herpes virus. I'm sorry, Exhibit A. Here is Rosie O'Donnell bitching and moaning about her favorite person, Donald Trump. I think this is before she moved. I can't keep track of where she's living in the world to avoid him. Watch.
Well, hey, everybody. It's Friday all day, as my Nana would say. And look what I have on my lip. Everybody's been saying, you have herpes all this time, and I never had a cold sore in my life. And now I have a cold sore. And it makes me think that perhaps this weird pimple that had a tiny little head was a cold sore too. And so I talked to my doctor today, and I did a video telehealth, and they said that it's not a cold sore, it's some reaction to the sun. So I don't know. I will let you know tomorrow if I do, in fact, have herpes, as some of the taunting from the MAGA people in the last couple of weeks. Hasn't it been fun, ladies and gentlemen, to be standing in direct opposition to everything he is and represents? And always have been. And always will be.
It's herpes. It's herpes. She came out later and told the world Donald Trump inflicted herpes from stress. And I wonder, Eliana, whether really there was a legal obligation there for her to disclose that to the character of Miranda.
I have to say, she seems to be in a lot worse condition than Rachel Maddow and Nicole Wallace in terms of fighting fascism or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't even have a response to that.
No, you can't. It's stomach turning.
See that?
It's too upsetting.
Anybody wanted
Donald
to see
Trump
that.
would never inflict herpes on Rosie O'Donnell. I think he's made that very clear.
Since Eliana refuses to play, Emily, I've got another soundbite for you.
I didn't even know Sex and the City was back on the air. I saw it when you were
happening. You have to react live to the herpes. I'm sorry.
And I was like, oh, you know what? The culture stuff, that's Emily's ballywick anyway.
Here we go. Here we go. Here's another beauty. This is Rosie in another scene singing to Miranda. Enjoy.
Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
It's from Wicked.
I figured.
Go ahead.
Some comedy, finally. Finally, Rosie O'Donnell is back with comedy. Megyn, I haven't been watching this season, and I think that's probably being validated right now as everyone watches these clips. But just the writing on all of this stuff, it's so, because it's actually, this is going to be a weird connection, but it's actually similar to the Nicole Wallaces and the Rachel Maddows. It's just that people have isolated themselves from criticism because of mental health. Like some of these people in like super, super elite positions for mental health reasons, for ideology reasons, they're convinced everybody who disagrees with them is a bigot. So they don't get feedback really anymore from anyone other than people who like mostly agree with them and see the world the same way. And it's really hurt stuff like Sex and the City, just in the same way that it's actually hurt news. It's like they've just, and we've seen it a little bit start to change. Like when you hear Jamie Dimon start to, flirt with maybe mass immigration and open borders could have some downstream consequences that are okay to talk about. But like, mostly these people aren't taking criticism from people because they think everyone else is a bigot, idiot.
But I mean, what do you do when those are like, literally, those are two of the biggest brand ambassadors for Team Blue. They are. I'm not just saying that. They are. I'm sorry if you're a Democrat, but you're stuck with them. I mean, the one ran for governor of New York and continues to get out there and rail on the trans issue. He's got like 40 kids, all of whom are trans and non-binary. I mean, I think that might be true for both of them. I don't know. Rosie, she's unclear to me, but Cynthia Nixon for sure. And Rosie is so outspoken. Imagine the horror in being a Democrat, like maybe a normal Democrat, like an old, blue dog Democrat, Eliana, and having one of the people most associated with your brand out there pointing to some huge growth right underneath her nose, saying it might be a pimple or it's a herpes, and then delivering an update, it's a herpes. I have herpes. Look at my herpes virus. It was caused by Donald Trump, and then asking us to picture her in bed with a vibrator and Cynthia Nixon. And then they're like, why can't we get young men on Team Blue? What is it? What is it about us that drives them away?
Megyn, don't interfere. Just let the immigration message continue as it is. Let Rosie continue. Don't do anything to mess this up. It's perfect.
I think she's saying we need to stop calling attention to it, just to let the consumer enjoy. This July, there's a global summit of BRICS nations in Rio de Janeiro. The bloc of emerging potential superpowers, including China, Russia, India, and Iran, are meeting with the goal of displacing the US dollar as the global currency. They're calling this the Rio Reset. As BRICS nations push forward with their plans, some worry global demand for US dollars could decrease, potentially bringing down the value of the dollars in your savings. While this transition will not happen overnight, the Rio Reset could mark a pivotal moment. So learn if diversifying your savings into gold is right for you. Birch Gold Group can help you move your hard-earned savings into a tax-sheltered IRA and precious metals. Claim your free info kit on gold by texting MK to the number 989898. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold arm you with a free, no-obligation info kit on owning gold before July and the so-called Rio Reset. Text MK to 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.